Man, this is actually like a really annoying place to do this. I wonder if there's a special tool for this or what it is that I'm missing. That's too big. Dude, how the fuck is anybody supposed to get up here? No, that's too fucking small. We got a couple of things to do on the new bike, but I think for today what we're gonna do is jack this baby up and just take off the wheels. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove these bolts holding the rotor. May need brakes at some point in the next, maybe like early next season or something. All right, so that hangs like that. Now what I'm gonna do here, same thing I explained in my last video, I am pretty much gonna mark how this sits so that I know exactly how many turns I gotta loosen or tighten it. And we're gonna do something similar to the rear also, but we're gonna deal with this first. Now for this job, I had to order a socket that I never knew existed. That's pretty much a hex that goes onto a 1/2-inch ratchet extension. Now, I have a 1/2-inch breaker bar on this just so that I could break it loose. So we'll see how we get that. This does have spacers as well, so this should be pretty straightforward. Oh shit. So we got one turn. I'm just gonna do 2 full turns on this pinch bolt. And I'm gonna write that down so I can know. There we go, that's money. So this is loose. I think the only thing that's left is literally taking out the spacers and everything. And that's it. So let me do that now. Now this front one's pretty nice because you don't really got to hold anything on this side, which is pretty great. Threads off. Okay. And the axle is out. Now we do have 2 spacers as always. We watch our spacers. And I think I should be able to just roll this forward and collect my spacers, which is great. Now these spacers, interestingly enough, I thought the lines were supposed to be on the outer side, but both lines are in the inner side. So I guess maybe as long as they're facing the same way, should be enough. So I'm just gonna put them like that. And just like that, our front wheels are off, which is perfect because that rubber's old. Cool. That was very easy. All right, so the rear wheel, I think, is gonna be a little more challenging for the simple fact that it will, I believe it will require me to take off this exhaust here to be able to get to our infamous clip and that nut over there for the axle. And additionally, I think to make my life easier, we'll need to remove this belt cover and possibly this bottom one. So let's start tinkering here and see what we can find. Okay, so like that, I'll know that That's on there, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Actually, I have to remove that muffler first. So I've never removed mufflers in the past, so this is gonna be a little bit of trial and error. I'm assuming that my first step would be to remove these two bolts over here. So we're gonna start there and see. We're gonna have to go old school with the Allen keys, baby. Let's try this puppy. Man, this is actually like a really annoying place to do this because you don't really have any leverage and you need something short. This is weird. I wonder if there's a special tool for this or what it is that I'm missing. No, that's too fucking small. That's too big. It's starting to get really annoying. Dude, how the fuck is anybody supposed to get up here? There we go. Crack this nut. Smoothly, baby. All right. That's out. Take it off. Gotta remember the orientation of all this stuff here. Alright, so unfortunately I don't have a number 10 socket. I mean wrench for some reason. I don't know where the fuck it could be. So I'm gonna try to not mess this bolt up. And I just need to loosen it. It's actually turning fairly lightly, so yeah, it's turning pretty easily. All right, 2 full turns. Now the other side is going to be way easier because we actually can get a socket in the bolt since it's not you know, there's nothing in the way of it. And again, we're going to do the same thing. 2 turns, 2 full turns. That's the white line coming around once. And twice. All right, so let me write this down. Now, I know that they actually removed these covers here, which is not exactly a bad thing, but I feel like if I just loosen this up, move this, oh, actually, yeah, it may just be easier to remove it. I like how this has some Loctite on it. Obviously, it's not even that tight on there, but at least it has something. One and two, and it's out. Very, very nice. And this bottom one, which I don't even think we need to remove. So let's just keep that like that. I think here we will be free to remove this wheel. I don't think there's anything else that we need to loosen or change. So I'm just gonna lift up the bike because now because right now the wheel is on the floor since I had to loosen up the axle nut. Alright, the bike is up. I wonder if we have to actually unscrew this. I don't think we do truly, bro. I think we need our mallet. Let's give this some love. A little love pounding. There you go. See? Sometimes things need a little persuasion, bro. Persuasion. Take that tang out. There you go. That's out. Okay, spacer. was this way. So we're gonna put it like that. Now we're out of the brakes. Shit, bro. What we fucked up is that we put the belt in the wrong direction here. You gotta remember how this was. This is the brake bracket, and then the spacer here, okay? With the lines out, so remember that. All right, so what we gotta do here is push this back in so that we can run this belt to the outside instead of the inside. You remember when we were talking earlier about trying to do the easiest? I should have just taken this fucking thing off. Which means that we gotta do it now. Let's see if we could do it in a way that we could just get this out of the way, and then that comes off like that. All right, sometimes trying to do the easy thing isn't the best thing, or it's just not the easy thing. Thack. Okay, now I'm going to put the spacer in. I'm gonna put this one in, and I'm gonna put the shit. What was this, bro? Okay, this is gonna go somewhere in here as well. I think that's a spacer for the calipers. So this is the rear axle. This nut goes right here. And we're gonna just keep it hanging right there. Belt looks good. No cracks. Yeah, no cracks, no missing teeth or anything like that, which is a good thing. It looks like kind of like a new belt. I got this number here. That looks pretty fresh. So we'll take this. Both axles really got to get cleaned. I think they put some anti-seize on the actual threads, which I don't like. So that's that. Now we have both wheels removed. We got to get them over to the mechanic or to the bike shop to get changed out. And we're gonna get all the nuts, all the parts cleaned up so that they could be fresh.